Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new session of Streaming Now, our weekly live show where we talk to you about the new OTT releases every week. We tell you all the new titles that are out, be it web series, films, etc., on various streaming platforms that you could watch over the weekend with your friends and family. So, this is the one stop show where you get all the details, all the lowdown on new releases on streaming platforms. So I'll get into the list that we have for today. A very exciting day. There's a lot of new content that has come out. We, of course, have the web series Farzi on Amazon Prime Video, starring Shahid Kapoor and Vijay Sethupathi. There's been a lot of anticipation and hype around this one. Then we have Hansika's Love Shadi Drama, a reality based series where it documents Hansika Motwani's wedding. That's out on Disney Plus Hotstar. Then we, of course, have the Kajol film Salaam Venky that's out on Z5 today. If you haven't watched it in theaters, you can watch it in on OTT. Then, of course, there's season 4 of You, the very popular series on Netflix, starring Penn Badgley. That's also something much anticipated by people who have been following this series. So that is also released. It actually released yesterday. Then we have a Tamil film Thunivu, starring Tamil star Ajit Kumar. That released on Netflix on February 8th. Then a new film called Somebody I Used to Know on Amazon Prime Video. The Luminaries on Lionsgate Play. Not Dead Yet, a new series on Disney Plus Hotstar. And of course, the Quentin Tarantino film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is dropped on Amazon Prime Video now. So these are the shows and films that I have on my list today. And now let's get into the details about each one of them. I'll start with Farzi, of course. It's a crime thriller series from the acclaimed creators of The Family Man, Raj and DK. It's a star-studded show, marks the digital debut of Shahid Kapoor and Tamil cinema's most loved star, Vijay Sethupathi. This is his first work in Hindi. The series also stars Rashi Khanna, KK Menon, Amol Palekar, Regina Cassandra, and newcomer Bhuvan Arora in pivotal roles. So, of course, it's an ensemble cast supporting Shahid, who's, of course, the main lead of the show. It has 8 episodes. Farzi is a fast-paced, edgy, one-of-a-kind crime thriller with, Rajan DK's trademark humor, stitched around a clever underdog street artist's pursuit to con the system that favors the rich. So, Farzi follows Sunny, played by Shahid Kapoor. He's a brilliant small-time artist who is catapulted into the high-stakes world of counterfeiting. When he creates the perfect fake currency note, if you've seen the trailer, you know that he's this artist who's very confident that he can recreate the currency note and nobody will be able to tell that it's actually a fake. So he basically gets into making money like that. And of course, Vijay Sethupathi is tasked with the job of catching this counterfeiter, and he's this unorthodox, fiery task force officer who wants to rid the country of the counterfeiting menace. So you basically see a face-off between Vijay Sethupathi and Shahid Kapoor, which I'm sure is going to be interesting to watch. And there's a thrilling cat and mouse race between them and between Shahid's character and the law enforcement. So that's going to be a very thrilling and engaging thing to watch, definitely. And of course, Raj and DK as creators, as when they're coming up with a show, it's definitely a promising thing and definitely something people look forward to, especially after their success with the Family Man series. But they've said that this show is very different. It's a world very different from the Family Man, so don't get into it expecting something similar. This is a very different subject with very different cast and actors and a very different world altogether. So Farzi, I'm sure, is going to be a great watch on its own. So do check it out over the weekend. Then let's talk about Hanshika's Love Shadi Drama. This is out on Disney Plus Hotstar. Like I said, it's basically centers around her wedding. It's showcase everything that happened from the time the actress announced her decision to marry Sohail Kathuria. Then there was an army of wedding planners, designers, and the family had to kind of race against time to pull off a fairy tale wedding in just about 6 weeks at Jaipur's Moondota Fort and Palace. The show will also give viewers an insight into how Hansika and her family addressed a scandal that surfaced prior to her wedding, which kind of threatened to derail her dream day. So expect a lot of drama and, a lot of insight into what happened behind a celebrity wedding. It's something we all probably want to watch, like it's like a guilty pleasure. We want to see what goes on behind the scenes of, a big star getting married. Hansika, of course, she's been somebody in the limelight since she was a kid. She started very early in her career. Then, after some Hindi movies, she went into making movies in the South, where she became a huge star. And so there has been a lot of curiosity around her personal life as well, and who she marries. So, that's why probably this, Disney Plus Hotstar came up with this idea of actually documenting her wedding in a show. So, expect a lot of emotions, drama, celebrations. Hansika and Sohail's wedding had it all, everything that you can expect from a big fat Indian wedding. And, of course, it made headlines across the country when the wedding was happening. So you can catch all the action now on Disney Plus Hotstar. The show is already out today. Then I'll talk about Salaam Venky, this film that's out on Z5 today. It released in theaters some times ago. It stars Kajol and Vishal Jethwa, yes, as her son. This is a slice of life drama directed by the National Award-winning director Revati. It's produced by Surat Singh's Be Live Productions, etc. Salaam Venki revolves around the story of a mother who decides to fight challenging situations and does everything in her capacity for her son. So, of course, Kajol plays this mother, and Vishal Jethwa plays her son, and their power packed performance is definitely something worth looking forward to. Kajol, as we know, is an acclaimed actress, and if you've seen the trailers, if you've not seen the film in theaters yet, then I'm sure you're curious to see how she's navigated this tricky and an emotional subject, playing a mother to a son who's kind of, almost, whose life is under threat. So the movie is actually based on a real life incident of a young boy who's diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. And then he's basically, it follows Venky's character. He's a chess player, but he's struggling with a rare disorder and a legal battle for euthanasia to donate his organs before progressive muscular degeneration renders them unusable. So, but his mother, Sujata, played by Kajol, is probably not really in favor of it, what I could gather from the trailer myself. And so there are other characters as well in this film who kind of, play a role. You have Rajiv Khandelwal playing a doctor, Rahul Bose playing a lawyer, and Ahana Kumra playing a journalist, who kind of rally around him for his right to die with dignity. So you also have Prakash Raj, Anant Mahadevan, Priyamani in pivotal roles, along with a cameo by Amir Khan in Salaam Venki. And the film has a IMDb rating of 7.4 and music by Mithun. So this is definitely something you should watch if you have not got it on the big screen already. Definitely do check it out on Z5. Salaam Venki is out now. Its digital premiere has already happened. Then I'll talk about You Season 4, this exciting, thrilling, psychological thriller series with Penn Badgley as a central character. Of course, if you've watched the series, and I'm a fan of it, it's extremely intriguing, keeps you on tenterhooks. You're always wondering what's going to happen next. Well, you think that probably things are going right in Joe Goldberg's life, but something or the other always goes wrong. So Penn Badgley plays the role of the lead character, Joe Goldberg, and the new episodes of season 4 have dropped on Netflix on February 9. That's yesterday. The fourth season is actually being released in two parts. Some episodes have already released on Feb 9th, and a second batch of episodes will release on March 9th. So there's a 1 month gap between the two parts. So that's a new thing. Earlier, it used to all drop at one time and you could binge watch it, but this time we'll have to wait after a point. Then, of course, it follows Joe Goldberg, a serial killer whose disturbing obsession with women leads to brutal acts of violence. And, there are shocking twists at the end of season 3, if you watched it. And then season 4 sees Joe fleeing to London, where he lives as a university professor under the name Jonathan Moore. So he changes his name, assumes a new identity. Of course, that is something he has to do because he's always getting into some sort of a mess which he has to run from. He can't really help it. Or even if he's trying to prevent something from happening, it always follows him. So it's just Joe. It's just his world. So first 5 episodes of the season have dropped on Feb 9th, and the remaining 5 will premiere on March 9th. And if you want to watch the earlier seasons and earlier episodes, of course, they are all on Netflix right now. If you haven't started on watching You yet, but this is definitely something I would recommend watching if psychological thrillers are your thing. This is an extremely intriguing show. It's adapted from the novel series of the same name by Caroline Kepnes. So this one is a really interesting one. So definitely do check it out. If you are a fan, if you've been following the seasons, then definitely you've been waiting for it. So, but if you haven't, if this is a new world for you, I definitely do recommend watching this show on Netflix. Then I'll move on to Thunivu, the Tamil film, of course, released in theaters, packed with high-octane action and shows Ajit in a salt and pepper look. It also has, he's playing a slightly negative character in this movie, which also stars Manju Warrior, Samuthi Rakani, Joe Kokken, Veeran Ajay, and GM Sundar in crucial roles. So action-packed film starring Ajit Kumar, definitely something I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in. The film is out on Netflix already. Do go watch it. Then I'll talk about Somebody I Used to Know, a new title on Amazon Prime Video, directed by Dave Franco and Alison Brie and J. Ellis. This Alison Brie and J. Ellis starrer is an unconventional love story about 3 people who unexpectedly help each other rediscover who they really are, where they came from, and where they're going. It's a film which is available to stream on Prime Video from today, Feb 10th. Then I'll talk about a new show. This one sounds exciting, although a little offbeat subject. It's called Not Dead Yet. It's released on Disney Plus Hotstar yesterday. Season 1 has dropped already. From creators David Windsor and Cassie Johnson, who've made This Is Us earlier. Not Dead Yet follows Nell Serrano, a broke and newly single self-described disaster who's working to restart her life and career she left behind 5 years ago. So she's trying to basically go back to her old life and her whole career. But she ends up with just one job, which the only job she could find was to write obituaries. And, then she starts getting life advice from an unlikely source. So this series is adapted from the book Confessions of a 40-something F-up by Alexandra Potter. If you've read the book or you know about the subject, I'm sure you'd be intrigued. I mean, I haven't read the book, but definitely the description makes it sound like this is something I would want to check out. Seemed like a relatable topic. So it stars Gina Rodriguez, Hannah Simone, Lauren Ash, Joshua Bande, Rick Glassman, and Angela Gibbs. And like I said, it's from the creators of This Is Us. So again, that is something that should intrigue people, and this is something you should. Not Dead Yet is something you would want to probably check out. It's out on Disney Plus Hotstar. Then I'll talk about The Luminaries. It's an award-winning limited series, an adventure mystery set in the midst of New Zealand's 1860s gold rush period, following the journey of Anna Wetherill, a sex worker who's accused of murdering and arrives in New Zealand from London to start a new life for herself. It stars Eve Hewson and Himesh Patel. The show is full of twists and turns, and with the truth finally coming out in the series finale. This is out on Lionsgate Play, The Luminaries. It is also released today. Then, of course, the Oscar-winning film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's out on Amazon Prime Video now. Amazon Prime Video is releasing a lot of these old classic films. We had some of them drop last week as well. This is a new edition. I'm sure a lot of us have already watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's a Quentin Tarantino directorial set in the 1950s and following the story of actor Rick Dalton, who gained fame by starring in a television western, but is now struggling to find work in Hollywood. So the film, of course, stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and it's streaming on Amazon Prime Video from tomorrow. That is 11th February. So I know I've watched the film already, but I would definitely want to watch it once again. This is an extremely enjoyable watch, of course, from Quentin Tarantino, and it's an award-winning film, so definitely worth a rewatch if you have watched it already. So that brings me to the end of my list for today. I'll just go through the titles that I've been mentioning through the session. Of course, the Shahid Kapoor starrer Farzi, the new series on Amazon Prime Video. Then Hansika's love shadi drama around her own wedding, out on Disney Plus Hotstar. Salaam, Venky gets its digital premiere on Z5, the film starring Kajol. Then You Season 4 is out on Netflix, a very popular web series franchise on the streaming giant. Ajit Kumar starrer Thunivu is out on Netflix as well. Somebody I used to know, a new film on Amazon Prime Video. The Luminaries, a limited series on Lionsgate Play. Not Dead Yet Season 1, that is out on Disney Plus Hotstar. And of course, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino movie, out on Amazon Prime Video. That brings me to the end of our session for today, for this week. I hope you found something that you would want to watch this week and catch in, on the OTT platforms. There is a variety of content from various genres, Hindi, regional cinema, as well as stuff in English. So do check them out, and we will be back with a brand new list next week on our YouTube channel, Shosha, in this show called Streaming Now on Fridays at 5 p.m. So see you next time. Bye.